Hero, you don't want your dinner today? Which is technically your breakfast, but they only know the word dinner. Sometimes she doesn't eat breakfast and she'll just have a big actual dinner. But the other girls, you know, kind of just wait patiently, and if I'm being nice, I give it to them, but they haven't been walking because of the rain and because of my busy schedule, so I'm not going to give that extra bit of food to them. But oftentimes, I will just let them have at it. Not today, girl. You're looking at little chunks back there. You got junk in your trunk, girl. You need to go for some walks, huh? Okay, we're just gonna put it away. You know that person who's impossible to shop for? You know who I'm talking about. Hi everybody, welcome back to the vlogs, welcome back to another video. Currently have my latte, my iced latte right here that we just made. We'll get to that in a minute, but man, what a game changer this is, having an actual espresso machine. Oh, so good, so rich, so creamy. I know in the vlogs I've been talking a lot about drinking less caffeine, but I didn't give you context of why I was saying that. But basically, in the last 3 or 4 months, I've been relying on pre-workout drinks, and I'm trying to wean myself off that. And I don't know when it was that I started to rely on it, because I drink pre-workout every so often here and there, like when I'm tired and need the boost. But like there was a point where it just shifted to almost every day, because I'm constantly either doing cardio or working out every day. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so me trying to limit my caffeine intake was because I was taking a lot of pre-workout. And so my coffees were either decaf or I was trying not to drink coffee. This is full on caffeinated espresso, and I am loving it because I have weaned off my daily intake of pre-workout. I don't know, I kind of got addicted, to be honest with you. And it wasn't so much like it was giving me energy, it was the habit of having that pre-workout in the morning. So anyways, back to drinking normal caffeinated coffee. Anyways, in today's video, we're just gonna spend a cozy day together. It's gloomy and rainy outside, so I figured, you know what, let's turn on the vlog, have a little cozy day and hang out. I really want to cook something comforting. I'm thinking, whenever I think of comfort food, I go to my roots, which is Filipino food. And so usually 9 out of 10 times I'm craving tinola when it's raining. It's so comforting. I'm going to put a lot of vegetables in it. So we're going to cook that later today. But before we do that, I have some things I want to share with you guys, some recent pickups. The first being this lens, which I just shot the whole intro for this video for, and it is a 35mm f1.4. Just want to say a huge thank you to SIRUI for sending me this lens. This video is not sponsored. They just sent me this lens to try out, and I have been loving it. This is from their Aurora line, and again, it's a 35mm f1.4. And the reason I really wanted to try this out is because when I was shooting weddings and portrait photography, my main 2 combo lens was a 35mm lens and also an 85mm. So I had 2 cameras, and in one camera body was a 35mm 1.4, and then in the other camera body was an 85mm 1.4. I felt like I just had the best of both worlds. So anyways, they sent me this lens to check out, and I have been using it for a while now. I use it extensively for the wedding vlog. A lot of the B-roll shots in there are used with this lens. And I used it for all the pictures for that day because they sent this to me. I'm like, okay, let me try putting it into my workflow, getting some nice B-roll shots. And so that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm going to continue to do for a while with this guy and test it out even more. Again, this is not a review. They just sent me to check this out, and I wanted to point that out. Not sponsored, but one thing I did notice though is the only con so far for this lens is I could hear the autofocus a little bit when filming, and so that's something to take in consideration. But also, this is a fraction of the price when you're comparing it to Sony's offering of their 35 1.4. Next thing I want to show you guys is something I'm like so freaking in love with right now, and it's crazy because I just randomly saw, like, I decided to get this before I started seeing other people talking about it, and then all of a sudden just a slew of some of my favorite people on the internet started talking about it. One being Jenna. I'll link her channel down below. I mean, she's always been talking about journaling for a while now. She had a different system, but then she just started talking about this one too, and I was like, oh my god, I have one too. And so this is a journal by Paper Republic, and this is the XL size, which I believe is the A5. And I have been so in love with journaling / scrapbooking. I feel like I've been trying to sort of digitize my life because I just feel like my life is just surrounded by all things digital. My work, the vlogs, things I love to do, social media, it's just everything is on the computer, and I was like, I need to step away from here, which the next thing I want to show you too kind of deals with that. But I want to do a whole video about digitizing my life, trying to get back into doing things manually, which sounds so crazy, especially with like AI. It's just like everything is on the computer, and so I have been loving getting on this little ecosystem. And I've talked about journaling on this channel before. The last one I talked about was the Mind Journal, which I still really like, and then I also have like a little 5-minute journal for quick writing. The thing about those 2 journals are I think they're really good starter journals because they have prompts, and so if you're new to journaling, that kind of helps you just get your thoughts down on paper. And so I feel like I've kind of graduated from that and into now just free writing and getting my thoughts out. So that's where this comes into play. I'm not going to go extensively into this because I do want to do a dedicated video because I'm like in the world of journaling right now, and also a little bit of scrapbooking because I feel like adding little bits and pieces of things that you're collecting or putting pictures in here just really make it personal. And yeah, I've been really loving it. And so this one is in the color chestnut, and so it's just like brown with a little bit of a red hue to it. Donnie got one too because he really liked it, and so this is his, and it's in the color cognac. Yeah, cognac, and both of ours are stamped with the gold stamp with our initials right here. The thing I love about these journals too is as you use them, as they age, they just get so beautiful. Donnie still looks really nice because he hasn't really used his yet, but mine is like, I'm using this every day, and I just find so much joy in it, to be honest with you. And then here's another one that I have. So this is actually the first one I picked up, and it's in their pocket size, which is the A6, I believe. I did the stamping here without the color. I don't know if you could see that right there. But this size is so freaking cute. The only thing is, I realize if I'm having a pretty long writing session, I do not write elegantly. I kind of have a forceful hand, which I'm trying to improve. My hand just feels heavy, and so trying to write on this little thing for more than like 10 minutes can get exhausting for me personally. But I love this size. Such a cute size to take around with you everywhere. So I basically converted this into my work notes. And so whenever we have a meeting, I'm jotting my notes down here. Yeah, I am actually obsessed, and there's just something about how your journal feels and looks and is organized personally to you. That's journaling and scrapbooking. But let me show you my little journal drawer real quick. So I have a little drawer here of all of my journal goodies. We'll go all over this in a separate video. Next thing I feel like is a show and tell, but again, it's just been a while since we've vlogged, and so there's like a lot of things I want to show you guys, but the next one is in our video game room, so let's head over there and talk about that. Alright, now we are in my video game room, which if you've been with me for a while, you guys know that like we sort of went maximal with this room. If we're gonna go there and this is supposed to be fun, let's just make it fun. So we've just invested in a lot of figurines, a lot of Pop Mart stuff, a lot of stuff we bought in Japan, but as we've been living this for like almost a year now, maybe a year and a half, we realized, okay, maybe this isn't the direction we really wanted to take it, which is fine, because I feel like this is an ever-evolving room. Sorry, it's cloudy, so the lighting is changing. I apologize if it keeps shifting on you guys, but anyways, I feel like there was just a big shift and juxtaposition between our main bedroom, which is attached to our game room, because this used to be a separate bedroom. Still not quite there yet, because we do still have a bunch of stuff, but the reason I wanted to bring you guys into this room is because I ended up putting a bunch of books on our Vitsu shelves. And so I went to my storage, got all my books, but the thing I really want to talk about is using Facebook Marketplace to grab a bunch of books at a bargain. And so a big tip for you is look for people who are selling a bundle of books, because a lot of times if you see an author or a book you want to read in a bundle, a lot of the other books are something you actually might be interested in, or you could just donate. And so I ended up purchasing 2 bundles from 2 different people. One, he was a teacher and he had like a slew of books I wanted to read. So this was like a huge, massive score for me, because he was selling like, I want to say 83 books, and guess how much I spent on 83 books? Did you guess? 83 books. $70. And I would say 90% of them are up on my shelf. The ones that didn't make it, that I was completely not interested in, I have a donation pile that I'm going to donate it to. Yeah, it's so crazy. So like this right here, a majority is actually from my haul of his. And then here as well is from my haul. And then these books, I mean, I kind of mixed them around, but these books are the ones that I got from storage. And then a bunch of those books up there are also another haul I got from another person on Facebook Marketplace. If you're looking for something, check Facebook Marketplace first. Just make sure that they have good reviews. So yeah, this is how our game room is looking. There's still a lot of things we want to edit, obviously. Like over here, we have a bunch of our Pop Mart cases. Some of the artwork we want to switch out to be a little bit more mature. So yeah, just still a lot of different changes, but I think we're finally starting to get a better picture of what we want. So yeah, still work in progress. I do want to switch out this coffee table as well. I want to share one more recent pickup before we cook some tinola, and we're gonna move rooms because I want to show you guys without this busy background. Alright, so the next recent pickup I debated on showing you guys because, I don't know, it's like I want to share things with you, but I also don't want it to come off as overconsumption, because I know that's a big thing right now with social media and the state of our economy and just everything going on in the world. I know I buy a lot of stuff, and I've talked about this in previous videos and how I used to be a materialistic person, and like part of me still is, but I'm also very intentional about what I buy. I also resell a lot of things. Usually when I buy something, I'm selling something, especially when it comes to gear. So yeah, I don't know why I'm like feeling a certain way about showing you guys stuff. I don't know if I'm overthinking this, which I probably am. Anyways, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I went on a full-on tangent. I think it's because I went into my comfy clothes and I just feel like, you know what? We can chat here. I was in my sweater earlier because I had some meetings in the morning, and so I just wanted to look a little bit presentable, but now we're in our comfy house clothes, which, by the way, this is copyright Elliot Choi's merch. Another recent pickup. Anyways, I am going to show you this because I do want to share it. And you guys know that I've been obsessed with Coach lately, and this just dropped, so I picked it up. It is the Mott Messenger in suede, and I have been wanting a suede bag for so long. I mean, it's so funny, it kind of matches that. But look how gorgeous the suede is. But yeah, I just really like it. I really love the silhouette. I love how it kind of morphs on you depending on what's in here and how you're carrying it. By the way, I'm wearing this because I did not really actually work out in it. I just like did a couple reps in here to warm up my body. But I have actually been using this every morning because it's so cozy, and it's been rainy and gloomy, and so I've just been sort of living in this oversized hoodie. Funny enough, it's actually a large, and I ordered a small, and then they sold out of this color. So they're resending me a small in the green colorway. It's huge on me, so it's kind of just like pajamas, because I mean, I'm like swimming in this. But it's cozy. It's so blue. Hi, Blue. Look how cute she is. Okay, let's cook some tinola. I was gonna like record this all aesthetic with the new camera lens. I started and I was like, you know what? I'd be filming so much food recipes. I'm just going to chill and relax and talk to you guys as I cook tinola. Because I want to talk to you guys sort of like about how the year went in terms of content creation. This is year 2, full-time creator. I worked so much this year. I am exhausted, and this is not me complaining. I am so freaking grateful for what I do. Not complaining, I'm just talking to you guys and venting a little bit. I did work a lot, and that also meant less time for me, less time for the girls, less time for Donnie, no time to travel, barely any days off. I felt like I worked almost every single day, even though I gave myself days off here and there. If something came up, I did it. You know, because it's like, why wait till the next day if I could just do it now, because I'm not doing anything anyways, which I probably should have set boundaries, but at the same time, it needed to get done, so I would just do it. I have 20 part-time jobs, is what it feels like. I can't keep this up. I gotta start making more money and doing less. That's just the reality of it. I'm beat and I don't have time for myself. And you know, I'm sure you guys have seen that through the lack of uploads on my channel. Also, like me and Donnie haven't been able to do any staycations or traveling. And honestly, I think that's probably why I'm buying Coach bags. Like, that's my traveling, that's my entertainment, you know what I mean? It's also me saying, you know what, you deserve it, treat yourself. And so, yeah, I take back that whole blurb I was saying over there. I thought about it a little as I was here, and I was like, you know what? You worked hard for this, Mikey. Whenever the recipe has garlic or ginger in there, I'm quintupling the amount. That's where we are in terms of how the year ended. I'm just tired. My eyes actually hurt. Like, my eyes hurt right now because I am on the computer so much. And that's also why I started de-digitizing my life, because my eyes started to hurt. I'm like, I need to get back to pen and paper. I need to read from a book versus the Kindle, even though I love the Kindle because it's so portable. So I'm just going to save that for like traveling. My eyes hurt from looking at a screen. So that's a big reason why I want to get back into pen and paper. So for 2026, where do I go? Obviously gonna keep doing what I'm doing, because you just never know if something's gonna end. Oh, sorry, crying. You just never know if an agency is gonna drop you, if the part-time job I have no longer needs you. Like, I'm a contractor, I'm not part of the company. And even if you are a part of the company, as we've been seeing, like, you're disposable. So I'm gonna still continue crying. I'm still going to continue what I'm doing, but I also have to figure out, are there other avenues for me? UGC is fun, but it's a lot of work. Yeah, so it's not just like for UGC, it's not like you just hit record, go, and you're good. You have to script. A lot of the briefs that are coming in too, they're asking me to script it myself so that it's in my own words, so it's more authentic, and that takes time. And then, you're creating your own shot list. So, there's a lot that goes into it. It's not as simple as I think some people think it is. I mean, there are briefs where it's very easy, where you're sort of just setting up your camera and you're talking. What I'm trying to get at is it's time consuming. Like one brief could be the whole day because you're scripting, you're filming, you're editing, you're delivering. All right, so I just have my garlic, onions, and ginger in here sauteing. I'm gonna throw all of the chicken in here and just sort of let it all cook. And then after the chicken is in here and browned a bit, I just throw everything else in. It's really a one pot dish. So next goes the chicken stock, fish sauce, a little bit of salt, pepper, and then all the veggies you sort of add to the end because you don't want it to get overcooked. Really easy dish, and I'm excited to eat this also. I actually picked up some lentils to eat with this because I have been eating so much white rice. I mean, if you're Filipino, you understand rice is life, but I've been eating so much rice almost daily. So let me try it with some lentils. I'm not gonna put it in the soup. I'm just gonna cook it separately, throw the lentils in a bowl of the tinola. Don thinks I'm crazy. He's like, you gotta eat that with rice. But I'm like, I actually really like lentils. I'm gonna throw in the chicken off camera. All right, we have the chicken in here. Let me show you guys how that looks. So I'm just gonna let that brown and then throw in the chicken stock and some fish sauce. I thought I had some left, so I gotta open a new bottle. This is the one we like with the 3 crabs on there. Fish sauce really is the magic ingredient to this dish, in my opinion. Also, Donnie has a friend coming today. He hasn't seen her in years. She actually used to work at the movie theater with him back in the day. He was actually taking care of her mom. He recognized the last name and she was like, oh my God, can you give me her number? Would love to catch up with her if she's ever in town. And so she's in town. So I'm pretty sure for the holidays. So they're going to reconnect tonight at the house, which is really nice. And Donnie said he was just going to order sushi, but maybe she might like tinola. I don't know. We'll see. There was another thing I wanted to show you guys. What was it? Oh, duh. It's in the kitchen. I wanted to show you the espresso machine. We ended up buying an espresso machine, and here's why. But now that I've minimized my pre-workout, you know, I started drinking coffee again, and Donnie loves to have his espresso in the morning. And we had one from Cumulus, but Donnie likes hot coffee. The Cumulus is cold brew, which I got through UGC, which we ended up putting away in storage, and that's up for sale. But I don't think anyone's gonna buy it because it's such a niche product. Maybe I'll give it to a friend if I can't sell it. And so we ended up investing in a Breville. This is the Breville Impress Express, and what I like about it is that it does have its own grinder. It has a tamping system right here. You grind your beans, it goes in here, and then you tamp it so that it puts 20 pounds of pressure, compacts your ground up beans, your freshly ground beans, throw it in, then you press the espresso. So it's pretty much fully automatic, but I like that there's still manual things you need to do. Like you need to put this in there, tamp it, and then you also have a frother right here, which is nice. So if I'm doing a hot coffee, we like to froth some milk in there. And I still haven't been able to do a little latte art. Like I tried it and it just like doesn't work. I've even like YouTubed it and I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? So if you guys have any tips on trying to do latte art, let me know. But there is no art here. It looks just like a cloud blob of milk. But we've been really loving this, and it's a huge difference in how your espresso tastes. Those pods, they're convenient, but they're old. And so we actually haven't used pods in a while. Yeah, we've been doing French press, but now we have a legit espresso machine that is pretty automatic, but still has some manual things in here. So you feel like a little barista. It's been part of our morning routine. We feel cute doing it. Like, yeah, so we've been loving this. All right, we are done. My lentils came out a little bit mushy, but you know what? That's fine. I don't know if you can see that right there. It looks like a little blob. All good though. Give it a taste. Oh my God, I'm so excited. We got the chayote right here. I go between cabbage and bok choy. Today I went with cabbage because the bok choy was expensive. $4 for a baby bok choy? That's crazy. Like, $4? I should have went to the Asian store, but Vaughn's is so close to me, so bon appetit. That is comfort food to the max. If you guys want to cook Filipino food, do tinola. I'm telling you, it's hard to go wrong with this. The flavor really comes from the garlic, ginger, chicken, and fish sauce. Delicious. And I actually really like it with the lentils. Kind of like a little lentil soup dish, which is good that I got the lentils because I was gonna cook rice. I was like, wait, I have to cook rice, right? We're out of rice, so good thing we had the lentils on hand. Potato, All the potatoes. Mmm. That is perfectly cooked. Wow, this is like the perfect meal to end the day today. All right, the last pickup in this video is a camera. I ended up getting the Ricoh GR VI. I did have the Ricoh GR III in the diary edition, which is like a brown tone. Really, really cool. Ended up selling that once this was announced because two things I did not like about that camera. Well, before I get into that, the Ricoh GR is like a pocket rocket of a camera. There is a freaking APS-C size lens in this camera, which is equivalent to something like a Fuji X100 series or a Sony EV10 series or Sony a6000 series. I don't know what Canon's current APS-C cameras are, but yeah, this has a huge sensor in it. And look how small it is. This is truly a pocket camera. And I just love like the vintage styling of it. So this is mainly a photography camera, though it could shoot video. It's like 1080 and doesn't look great, but I will use it for video, and I've taken some clips with it because it has this nostalgic sort of vibe to it. You know, when I want that camcorder vibe, this can actually do that. But yeah, the star of the show here is the JPEGs and the recipes, kind of similar to the Fuji X100 series. You can bake in recipes here. And yeah, so there were two reasons why I sold the GR3 is because of one, the autofocus system was pretty terrible. I missed so many shots, especially of the dogs. Terrible. So they updated it on this one. And then also the battery life. They have a bigger battery in here, so it's much better. The other one, it died so quick. And these are like quality of life issues. And just the color you can get out of this straight from JPEGs is amazing. Like even the GR3 is still good. You can get away with it. Like if you find a good deal, it's still a good camera and I would actually still recommend it. My friend Josh has the GR3X, which is a 40mm equivalent. This one is a 28mm equivalent, and so he's been taking some amazing pictures with that camera. Highly recommend if you guys are looking for a small compact camera that packs a punch when it comes to image quality. There's nothing quite like this in the market, and yeah, it's just so cute. I also have like a little mini flash here. It's so speedy. On and off real quick, watch. Ready to go. It's so fast. Honestly, this has been my favorite camera in so long. Like I have the X106. I might actually sell that because I'm really enjoying this camera. And the last thing I want to kind of talk about and bring up before we end this video is I feel like everyone is going through so much. Everyone is just going through it, and the world needs more happiness. People need to journal more. Get those thoughts out on paper. And I don't really know why I'm bringing this up. I feel like a lot of people are having these same thoughts. And so I just wanted to say that you are not alone in those thoughts. I don't have any advice other than just try to choose happy over sad, honestly. All right. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed spending the day with me. This little cozy Friday. It is currently 4 o'clock. So we quite literally spent the whole day together. My freaking foot is falling asleep down there. Anyways, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, again, thank you to SIRUI for sending that 35mm 1.4 lens. I've been really enjoying it, and all the B-roll you saw on this video was captured on that, along with my Sony a7C Mark II. As always, if you can, try to choose happy over sad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye! Try to make tinola if you've never made tinola and want to try Filipino food. This, always a 10 out of 10. Never goes wrong. Oh, you can't have that. Okay, bye guys.